like at that time scale, because when we left the group last time, you were all kind of like peering over the edge of this little outcropping, um, that's perched precariously above a pool of molten lava, and in that molten lava there is a little silver magic axe that's just bobbing in the thick, um, the red hot stone, and it's about to go under. And we left last time when a condescending, squeaky little voice was speaking out in common and saying something to the effect of, "Oh, looks like you dropped something, eh?" And let's go right back in. And like I said, we don't need to go turn by turn, but just kind of think in terms of seconds right now, because this is critical.
Uh, slowly turning.
All right. So, can you post the spell? Oh, there it is. One unattended object with a bulk of one or less. Does that apply to the hand axe? Most
It
likely, right?
is it
It's
is
both one
light.
or
Yeah.
It is
legend.
light. All right. Okay. So you create that magical hand. What does it look like? Is it invisible or do you
Uh,
see the outline?
Make the magic fail and
Okay, so you do have 20. Oh, it's a range of 30 feet, and then you move it slowly up to 20 feet. When you sustain, you can move it an additional 20. Okay, yeah. So,
he actually can. Ah, wait.
yep, that's right. I mean, with that spell, that's totally fine. It just takes you a few moments, and there's nothing that's really threatening your concentration here. So, you gently lift up the axe and bring it back up to the ledge, and it lands on the stone floor, and it's just hissing and steaming. But its magic has um, preserved it somewhat from the extreme heat of the lava, and you can hear a snicker from the staircase where that little voice rang out, and it goes, "Nice little trick. Well, you seem more resourceful than I first thought." And then you hear like a fluttering of wings, and over on that, let me move the conditions here. Over on that chain, a tiny little imp. It's perched with a wide grin on its face, and it says, "Well, maybe the two of us can strike a deal of some kind. Hmm?
Is this all in common?
Yes, it's all in common."
Well, it doesn't really matter for Ottardo because as this is happening, he's going to stop, drop, and roll, as he is on fire currently.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot that she's still on fire. Yes, that's right.
Like,
That's another thing why we need to keep track of initiative here.
yeah. So he'll take his turn to do assisted recovery
Okay,
to
so I
get
think
an extra attempt at the check.
okay.
Hey.
There you go, and you make it. Nice. Okay, so I will take that off. And yeah, as you roll to get out the flames, the imp still giggles and cackles, and then makes its proposition once you have put the fire out.
Lucca will very make a big show of crossing his arms and saying, "Oh, an imp! And why would we ever want to bargain with the likes of you?"
Well, I have some power I can offer. And she manifests this little roll of parchment with like flamey writing on it and says, and like rolls it out or unrolls it with a flick of her wrist and says, if you're so inclined. Then she flicks her wrist again, rolls it back up, and goes poof. But we can also just strike a more mundane deal, a tit for tat.
Lucca turns to the others and he's like, "Imps are bottom rung devils, you know. They're desperate to get any sort of contract they can, try to climb the ladder. They're sort of like ambulance chasers." He turns and he's like, "Well, you'll have to do better than just vagaries and nonsense. What is it you're offering? Hmm?"
Well, I'll offer you a contract. I will bless you with my powerful impish luck. And it will allow you to roll a saving throw twice and use the higher result. And all that I ask is your soul for a mere 100 years once your mortal life ends. Well, what really is 100 years, given the eternity of afterlife? You could strike much worse of a deal.
He's like, roll twice. Any saving throw? Is this just once or is this indefinitely?
That's once per day.
Oh, once per day. Oh, that's not too bad. It's like a stroking his chin. Actually, that seems quite reasonable. Just 100 years of servitude. And
I'll just and she like manifests that parchment again, like unrolls it. The writing starts appearing. The Lucca's name starts in Infernal, um, starts to be spelled out, and it floats over to you and just kind of sits in front of you. All you need to do is sign.
yes. Well, he looks the contract over. He's like scanning it thoroughly.
Or you can give me an
Look,
Arcana or an Occultism or Society,
yeah,
or I'll let
he's
you do
looking.
the Devil Lore. It's also fine.
Yeah, he's looking for loopholes or problems. Yeah.
Uh, no, I mean it is actually just as he said, like once per day. It says here you can re-roll your saving throw. 100 years after you die. Yeah, this is solid.
Luca squints his burning eyes and he says, "Any saving throw?"
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
What
Uh,
about flat checks?
You see no cause for concern there.
Okay.
As long as it's well, flat checks aren't saving throws, right,
I
technically.
know. It's just no, Luca looks it all over and he's like, "Well, it seems like a fair bargain to me. Unfortunately, my soul is already promised." But he looks to his companions. As if any of you would, I mean, additional fortitude, reflexivity. I mean, these things could be the difference between life and death.
Ottardo will take a look at the contract, but with no intention of taking it.
Okay, yeah. You can roll Arcana or Occultism or Society.
Would this one work?
That is, what is this? Oh, okay. Well, do you speak Infernal?
I don't think so. Nope, he does not.
So, okay, so what I'll say is that, or Diabolic, I guess, is what it's now. What I'll say is that what you would suggest to Lucca is to look for a termination clause. Like any such contract would have to contain a termination clause of some kind.
Well, does it have a termination clause?
I'll let you re-roll that devil lore.
With the Gauntlight.
Okay. Okay, so you study the contract again with a little bit of a pointer from Lucca, and maybe reading from Ottardo, maybe reading some parts out loud, so that Ottardo can counsel you on what that might actually mean. And you realize that there are indeed two sections that you had just kind of skipped as you were reading through it the first time around. And you realize that the termination of mortal life, which is how the payment is defined, is actually very carefully worded to hasten your demise. And you can't use the reroll or the advantage against the death effect. And if you roll a failure on a saving throw against the death effect, you actually get the critical failure instead. On the flip side, the termination clause has a little bit of a loophole, because if you critically fail a saving throw against the death effect and you do not die, the contract becomes unenforceable on its terms and is voided. So you lose the benefit, but you also don't lose your soul. You don't have to pay for it.
That sounds quite tricky.
Lucca
Are
like
you-
Lucca's like holding it right up to his face and scanning. His little red eye lights like zipping back and forth as he's reading. He's like, well, see here. Hang on. He leans in close to Ottardo, and he's like, "Well, you're right. It is actually a little wiggly on the details here about the termination clause, and also there's this whole thing about death and blah blah blah. Um, Still doesn't seem like a bad deal, because I mean the worst that happens is if you do nearly die but don't die, you get out of it. So that seems like something that will probably happen. You get the benefit of the saving throws the whole time until then. So
You
just
don't
don't
have
die to a
to.
death effect. Just don't die to a death effect.
You don't have to take it. The imp chitters and just kind of very slowly and teasingly starts to let the roll float away from you.
I mean, like I said, I'm already promised, so it's up to these fine lads and lasses. But Augrael, you look like you'd be down for this.
I don't think I should take in Devil's contract while NPCing a character. So what I will say is, Augrael makes a decision about this. Yeah, but the contract is open to anyone, the imp says.
Yes. Could I
I'll
sign
just
it on someone else's behalf?
No,
I
no,
guess
I'm afraid souls are only accepted in when it's the same person.
what if I had acquired the rights to somebody's soul? Could I then sell those off to you in exchange? Yes. Are souls transferable currency?
If
Are they
Perfect.
fungible? Are they What's the
Fungible.
fungibility?
No, they're the non-fungible tokens.
Damn, non-fungible souls. um, it's like, okay, well, in that case, I'm afraid to say that that we'll have to let this opportunity pass, even though I think it might be a mistake. But
Ah, suit yourself, the imp says and snaps its fingers, and the roll just goes poof, the parchment.
now,
But it's still the matter of Eurevian, though. You look like you're in the adventuring business, probably trying to like do some good around here and clear out the vaults. Huh? Aren't I right about that?
well, we're certainly trying to get some things done. You could say that.
Mhm,
And if
mhm.
you have information about Aravian, then that is potentially useful to us. So let's talk turkey, as they say.
Well, I've not seen any turkey down here. But I have
As they
seen
say, as they say.
the turkeys.
yes,
No,
I
yes,
didn't realize. Oh, you can talk to. Are you a druid? Anyway.
no. Well,
Huh.
it might be a long story. I'm not sure.
Well, the thing is that Eurevian is getting on my nerve. He's struck some sort of arrangement with the mistress of this place, or I should say the original mistress, Belcora, but he's
Indeed.
trying to get out of it.
Ah,
And
classic.
yeah, yes. And I have a feeling that he would probably be open to having some help to get out of it.
Oh,
But if you wanted a chance to talk to him, you first need to find the 5 parts of a pentagram amulet to open the door to his lair. And
Oh, you
she
mean
says
like
that in
these?
a way. She says that in a way like like the class, fancying
yeah.
herself as a lore keeper, giving you this information that is extremely arcane. And it's like you need to find the 5 parts. Yes.
What are you doing? You shouldn't be giving him that information for free.
Mm.
We have 2 of the parts. Oh shoot! Now I said it.
As you as you pull out one of the fragments, and Lucas says, "You shouldn't tell her that. We have 2." Um, she grumbles and she's like, "Oh, I guess you already found some, huh? But I'm sure you had no idea what their purpose was." Well, now you do.
yeah. That's
so,
great.
someone gives her like a look, like as if her saying, "Are you like seriously? Who do you think we are?"
Do you really want to know? Well, maybe not.
Well,
Anyway,
there's the big red door, I assume.
yeah. I guess it's kind of obvious when you think about it. It's
What
a
isn't obvious is the location of the other 3 pieces. So perhaps you can help us with that.
hmm, yeah. I might. But should I? I don't know. Still technically Eurevian's minion.
But aren't we also here to help Erevian escape? So isn't that like you help us? Erevian will be very happy that you have helped him in his escape.
And she cocks her head and looks at you and gives you that like shark's grin of hers. And she goes, "Oh, did you know you think like a devil? I like it. I like it. Well, since we're all friends here trying to help our mutual friend, I can tell you that I suspect that as Valvigander, the quartermaster, should have a piece. And let me just give you the list here, what her suspicions are. What's that?
Quarter. I don't think we killed the quartermaster. We killed
You,
the.
you weren't there for it, but
Oh,
I
did
think.
we? Oh, never mind.
That's like
No, I think it was also an imp or a small type of. No, it was the bee thing. What do you call them, Luca?
Beelzebub.
Disgusting wolves. Yes.
the stuff that's
Yeah, so she goes through the list and says, and again, like trying as if she's imparting arcane lore. She goes, I bet that the Sarglagon that was sent to the level above here to sabotage the laboratories must have one. And the quartermaster on this level, of course, has one. So does the smith. Iagian, who you already dispatched of, I think they don't have one. Then there's the gate forgers, of course, that I believe have one. Oh, I guess you took care of those too. Um, and but wait, I think one of
Wait,
them actually, yeah, one of them actually disappeared over here. The other one dropped into the lava. And she goes, oopsies on that one. Well, I don't know which one had the amulet, so maybe you lucked out. And finally, there's this creepy, sort of motley man that is running around here sometimes, who's, for some reason, also has one.
Do you happen to know where that one lives?
Uh, he's down. Hang on. I don't know if she actually knows. I gotta go to her room to find out.
At some point, Ottardo is going to whisper, "What's a Sarglagon?"
Um, Yeah, she goes to about the motley man. She goes, I don't know. He sometimes moves through these halls, but rarely. I think he must be somewhere to the south of this level, or maybe even further below, or coming up from there. I don't know. I'd like to. I like to just avoid him or her or it or whatever. And are you asking her about the Sarklagan?
No, he's asking the rest of the party.
Okay.
uh,
Uh, anyone can give me a religion check or devil lore.
devil lore.
Nice work. Um, that's actually quite nice here. Yeah. So they look like this, and they are devils that dwell in hell's myriad waterways, lakes, and oceans. They serve as guardians of the Academy of Lies, which is the repository of secrets in Stygia, the fifth layer of hell. They breathe water and air with equal ease. They can move through water, land, and even air with uncanny swiftness. And
We did,
yeah,
but
what
I
did
don't
you
think it
find?
had any amulet on it.
Where did we
Mm.
kill it exactly?
I think it was in the level above, in the place where uh, there were elementals, and on the
Oh,
side there was a sort of pool.
level with him.
Yeah, you did ignore it. You just you basically killed it, and as a fiend, it disappeared, and you just kind of let it.
I thought Lucca
Uh,
was looking in the water around there, but we didn't find it.
I don't think so.
Unless I'm getting confused. Am I thinking of when we fought Hydras? Did we fight Hydras?
Yes,
We
you
did
We
fight
fought.
did.
Yeah,
Hydras.
that's the other end of the pool. Yeah,
Oh.
that's the same. Oh, yeah, other end of it.
So we have to so hang on, let me just make sure I got this straight. How many of these do we have? Do we have 2 or do we have 3? So you got one from the Forge Keeper, and you got one from another fight I wasn't there for. And there's one that's up where we fought this thing. Motley Man has one, and then there's one in this room that possibly fell into the lava. Okay.
And those are all like the imp's suspicions, right? So it's not
Right.
necessarily
And there could all be lies.
they could all be lies.
Although we have discovered that at least two of what she just said is true. So there's some truth amidst the lies, at least. Well, can anyone go over and check out? Like, can we see anything sitting on that suspended platform?
Let's see. I'll say it's a 50-50 chance. Which one dropped?
I think Ottardo can still fly over, because I believe we're still in the 5 minutes of the fly spell.
No, at this point, not because you studied the contract and everything.
Should have
Okay.
did healing and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
you're right. You're right.
I can if there's anything sitting over there, I can mage hand it as well. Thanks
Yes,
to
you
my
do.
hand of the mage.
You do use the hand of the mage to like sift through the somewhat ashen remains where the Irenaeus disappeared after being just killed, for lack of a better word. And you float over a fragment of the pendant. I'll toss it into your inventory. Here we go.
Oh. Well, there you have it.
You lucked out. 50-50 chance, and sometimes it works in your favor.
Well, there's one we need to get from the level above, and then there's one in the possession of the so-called Motley Man. So,
Well, I guess we can take a little rest and then go diving into a devil's underwater hole.
yeah. Um, Miss Imp, what ought we to call you?
You can call me Shag.
Speg?
Oh, sorry, Shag.
Sheg?
Shag.
Seg? Seg. Seg.
Shag.
Okay, Seg. Well, thank you for the information. Hopefully, we shall all benefit from it.
And are you saying you're going back upstairs?
Yes, I think that's likely.
Haha, that's amazing. Haha. I remember being up there. Haha, that was part of that big fight with on Euravian's side against all those war monsters. Haha, that was a blast. I locked this really powerful wizard in his room and took just a couple of batons and outsmarted him. I bet he died miserably.
Oh, huh?
Wait, what? You what?
Well, he did die, though.
No, no,
yeah.
no, no, no. He must have been long dead by now.
No, he is definitely alive, but you need not fear. He is bound for Assyria, and I'm sure has no interest in taking vengeance on his enemies.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Not that I would be afraid of him, of course.
Nope. Well, Zek, thank you for the information, and
Sure.
Zek, Shek,
Yes.
it's whatever it is. And we will, I guess, go get that other pendant, and then, is there anything else, helpful you might tell us about this level? It is, of course, if we are all working together on the same side, it's imperative that we survive, after all.
Well, I don't. I mean, she describes a couple of rooms, but you realize that she only really knows about the ones that you've already explored. Let me see. And I guess, and she looks at Ottardo, and I guess you've already seen or you've already met that angry green spirit in that weird room with all those frozen monsters.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you know anything about how it came to be or how it can be dismissed?
no. And let's see what. And nope, and yep. So you realize that she really only knows the rooms that you've already explored, hasn't ventured further than you have. Um, that's someone else. Yep, that's it. That's all she has to share. Well, anyone maybe now want to sign my contract? She makes it reappear. You see, I'm a really good friend to have, powerful ally.
Actually, Augrael would, ironically, Augrael would make a very good candidate for this.
Well, like I said, Augrael made a decision. I'm just not going to make that decision.
No, I
for
know, I know, I know. I'm just saying he's immune to death effects as an undead. So
Well, there you go.
Luca's like, it's perfect for me. It's just that you know, I'm already taken.
I want to oversubscribe here. So
Yeah. Well, um, no, if it's on offer, we'll consider it in the future. Thank you, though. Farewell, Zek, and may you not do anything to mislead us in the future. All right, let's go.
goodbye, mortals, then friends.
Not entirely mortal.
Oops. Hang on. Hold on.
Lucca and Souma do around each other.
So
Well,
where you headed?
before we go any further, we do need to take a little rest and recuperation time.
Oh yes, I am injured.
The wiser to actually. That's
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So you head up to the level above.
Sure.
Okay. How long do you want to rest for?
An hour should be good for Ottardo to be back to full.
Okay.
I will point out that many of my most useful spells have been expended. I could continue a bit further, but I will not be providing a tremendous amount of support against, especially against anything that is immune to fire damage. So
We can first just check the nest or whatever of that
sure,
Sarglagan thing. That
we'll
shouldn't be dangerous, I hope.
Oh, of course, it shouldn't be dangerous. Yeah, I will refocus. If we're taking an hour, I will, refocus up.
Okay.
Yes. So if you could spare a few minutes to try and set some of these bones, that might also be useful.
So is this the 1 hour we're doing upstairs, or are
Yeah.
we doing things before?
I
Oh,
assume this
I was
is
doing this. Yeah. This is the hour you're doing
Okay.
upstairs.
Okay.
I'll take a critical success, thank you. 13. Okay, that helped. Still a bit weak in the knees, literally. This knee is not holding up the way that it should, but I think I can continue on.
Top of Augrael.
20. Ottardo fixing up his shield.
Yep, that's a
Mhm.
success. Now to determine how much does that help.
It's a regular success, so that's 5 hit points plus an additional 5 per proficiency rank you have in crafting. There's a repair action. I think that might be easier for you to. I don't know
Uh,
if it.
I think it won't take everything into account because there's also the magical eyepiece, which
Okay.
further adds by 15 per proficiency rank instead of 10. That should be 30 hit points.
You're very quiet, Carnus.
I'm leaned backwards away. Someone will have some snacks. Keep up the mental strength.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else to do before we search for the remains or the pendant in the pool upstairs?
Yeah, we can go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna stretch that out for too long. One of you or a few of you need to get into the very cold and dark waters, but with the help of some, I would assume, magical light. And look at that, some bottled air. Perfect. You can easily spend enough time in in that end of the pool to find, which is the deeper end of it, so it does take quite some time. But eventually you find one of the fragments just lounging around at the bottom of the pool.
Oh, it says hidden.
Yeah, who wants that piece on their inventory? Oh, you're spreading it out? Okay, sure. So I put it on Augrael's inventory. So now Augrael has 2, actually.
That's just.
You're still very quiet, Carnus, even though I have you all turned up very high.
This?
Not a whole lot, but it's okay.
Okay, I will have to just rated myself that.
That's really good,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Things I have to do.
Hit upright. Okay, so how many fragments do we have? Maybe so I see Soma has 1, Augrael has 2, and Lucca has 1.
Yeah, we
Is
should
that
have
right?
4.
Okay, so we have 4. Okay, all right. So after you find that, we're well into the afternoon. What do you want to do with the rest of the day? Are you heading back, or are you gonna do some more exploring?
Well, I guess we
We-
can go and rest up. Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Well, it's up to you. If you feel you can do some more.
We could explore a little further, but if we find anything of major, any real threats, it might be best to back off. Or we
That's
could
it.
just rest.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's much left to explore on this level. I think we would have to go down.
There are several rooms that I at least have not seen.
Ah,
I don't know
uh,
if I haven't been down here, like on this side. I
so
haven't been
Yeah,
into
we
here.
don't want to go on that side. Sorry.
yeah, so the one south,
Why not?
this one is the where the fire spirit lives,
Oh, couldn't be that bad.
and the one south of the dragon bone
Has
thingy.
invisible creatures.
Uh, yeah, but Simon, did that sound like the imp that we just spoke to?
Does what sound like the imp?
Yeah, we
The,
heard
the
someone in this observatory.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. That does sound like the same.
Oh, and what about this chamber that looks like it's full of nails?
well, I guess we can check that one out.
We'll check that out. That'll be the last thing we check out before we go, and nothing bad will happen.
exactly.
I guess we'll take your word for it.
So you open that. You open that door.
Yes.
Summon this. Inevitable.
Okay. So as you open the door, the room that comes into view is covered in short spikes, just long enough to cause discomfort to anyone standing, sitting, or leaning on them. And that's both the walls and the floor, everything. However, in a meditative pose, there's a creature, a large creature, sitting with its back to you, like hunched over. Its head must be hanging down. You can only see the broad shoulders, muscular arms, and it seems to be meditating. And then you hear a grating voice, um, speaking out in sackfroth as you open the door, and it says, "Is he finally ready to meet with me? I have been patiently waiting, but my patience runs out eventually."
Uh, you mean Nerevian? Of course.
Yes.
What does the creature look like?
Yeah, we can't
But,
actually see
okay,
it.
it's there. You can't see it yet. It's like I said, it's very large. It looks like it has it's just wearing a loincloth of some kind. It has fur. You can see that. Um, a very muscular back with just at least two arms. Maybe there are four arms even. It's kind of hard to tell from the back. And you can see that the arms are also covered in fur, but the back itself, the shoulders, all of that is not is free of fur. It is large, again, the size of a horse roughly, and you can't see the head, which is slightly unsettling.
Um, Based on what is able to see, can Luca make a recall knowledge check?
Sure, that would be occultism.
Devil lore, no,
Nope,
or aberration.
nope. Well, yep, that would work.
Okay.
Um, okay. You realize that you are looking at a gug. It
Ooh.
Yes. a horrific aberration with keen and wicked intellect. They usually lair far underground, but they sometimes come to the surface. They consume creatures they catch. Sometimes they kidnap their victims and retreat below the surface. Uh, yeah, there are powerful creatures. They don't have any magic powers, but they are brutal and cause tremendous damage with their furious claws. I'll let you ask one, two, three questions about their stat block.
Okay. Resistances / immunities.
None. No resistances, no immunities.
That's troubling. Any special abilities? Any special like offensive abilities?
Yeah, you definitely the claws are the most no pun intended striking feature, which
Mhm.
is they do have 4 arms, and they use their claws very effectively. They can rend, um, and they are also very quick to make reactive strikes.
Yeah. One more, right? Offensive abilities, reactive strikes. Okay. Relative. Can I ask about like relative level, like compared to the
Um,
party?
sure. Let me see here. It's a moderate threat, so definitely challenging, but not overwhelming.
Um.
And it snarls one more time and says, "The mistress will not be kept waiting. I am done talking to underlings." And she jumps up, or it jumps up, turns around, and you see it in its full horrific glory and realize that it doesn't actually have a mouth, a head. It just has this like barrel shaped, almost kind of like a fly trap sort of opening at the top of its torso between the shoulders, and it opens in a way that just is horrifying to behold. And yeah, so she jumps around, swings around. She's like, "I'm done talking to underlings. I will see him immediately. Take me to him right now or die."
Um. Lucca's gonna be like, well, you see, there's 5 pieces of a pendant.
It goes, opening its maw entirely and not taking in that patience. That insolence. All right. Oh, actually, wins the initiative. That's fortunate. And let's see what happens. Okay, so okay, so she moves over here and then moves even further. And that's very strange, but even despite its large size, it can squeeze through here quite well. No, that's not true because actually Lucca is standing right in front of the door, so it can only get to here. Um,
I am in the way.
yes. Uh, and then it uses its furious claws. It's just very angry at this point, and it will attack Lucca first.
Good luck.
Well.
Apparently,
And now you
yeah.
jinxed it.
Okay, so we'll start with 44 points of damage from that first claw. The second claw, it swings at Augrael Let me.
Is that
check.
44 the crit damage or the normal damage?
That is the crit damage.
Okay.
Oh, I see. You're collapsing right in front of it. So much for being in the way. Oh boy, there's another critical hit. This one for Augrael, who has no way of defending himself like that, so he just has to take that damage. And the third attack is for Ottardo, also with the full attack bonus, just a regular one, but still doing 25 points of damage. That was 2 actions worth of attacks. So now it will.
No, it moved first.
Yep, it moved, and that's 3 actions then. So move and 2 actions. So Ottardo.
Oh boy.
Lucca's just a pile of bones right now, so he would be difficult terrain at best.
But Augrael looks in rougher shape than usual.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Ottardo is going to spend one. Well, did Lucca mention what type of creature this is? Is it some kind of devil?
I don't think I
you
really
had
got
a
the chance to.
Yeah, that's right.
Hmm. Uh, and I assume Ottardo would not be able to strike it if he were standing here.
No, well, because it is large.
It is in that square. I mean, I know 5e has rules. Sorry, not 5e. Pathfinder has rules about corners, doesn't it?
Yeah. When you're behind an obstacle, I could block weapons, guard it, you can increase the ability to take cover.
Usually, so far, we have been ruling that it doesn't. That the wall there blocks it.
Well, but not with a large creature. That's a different thing. Like if it was
I
just
mean,
if it was just in this square, yes, definitely. But because it's also occupying this one,
you could give
uh,
it just give him cover.
yeah, here it is. If you're uncertain, you need to draw a line from the center of your space to the center of the target space, which yes, goes definitely through that wall. If that line passes through any terrain or object that would block the effect, the target has standard cover. If the line passes through a creature, target has lesser cover. Yeah, a creature between you and target is 2 or more sizes larger than you. That's not the case. Yeah, I'll say it has standard cover, so that's +2 to its AC right
Plus 2.
now.
Okay. Well, could you first move back Augrael because I think he's still following.
Yes, he is.
Okay. So I think for Ottardo it will be better to spend one action to swap out the hatchet for his flick mace, which will allow him to strike at a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Is that a manipulate action?
Mm-hmm.
let me check. Draw. Draw the action draw. Where is it? Is the action called draw?
The action is called swap, I believe.
Yeah. I've been having trouble with the archives of Neris finding basic stuff like swap. I can't find swap.
Yeah, weird.
Uh, but I guess it's probably it's hidden under interact.
Yeah, that's right. It's an interact action, so you draw, put away, or swap an item, and the interact action
Has manipulate. Interact has
yeah,
manipulate.
yeah. So there we go. And that triggers an attack of opportunity with one of its claws. Swipes at you. And it hits. What? Did it do the damage? Yes. No. Yes, it did. Wait. It did not. There we go. And it does 26 points of damage.
26. I believe that Ottardo is going to use his reaction to block some of that with his shield.
Mm-hmm.
And he will attempt to put on a brave face as he finishes brandishing his thick mace.
Okay.
And now he is in dread stance.
There you go.
That leaves him with one action. Okay, he'll attempt a strike.
Okay.
Even
Let's
if
see
that
it.
leaves him shieldless. Poor choice.
Yeah, that's a miss. Okay, Lucca.
Okay, Lucca has to stand up per the rules of collapse.
That's actually good that Ottardo teased out that attack of opportunity.
Uh, you- uh, yeah, he is going to rise to his feet, and he's going to say, "It's a gug operation from the Underdark. Don't give it even the slightest opening. It will take any chance it can to destroy you." And he is going to. God, this is a manipulate. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, you
I don't
already
know.
did a move, so and it didn't attack.
Would stand have provoked?
I'm pretty sure that stand has the move trait. Yes, it does, and it didn't attack.
Does have the move trait. Okay. Yeah. It will take any opportunity it can to strike, but fortunately, it doesn't have infinite reactions, so it's gonna shut the door, and then he's gonna he's gonna come back here.
Secret weapon. All right, Soma.
Oh, okay.
That's better.
A great question is this creature able to open doors? It didn't open the door for God knows how long, so. Anyway, start.
If you forgot how.
It's exceedingly intelligent. Did I mention that?
Yes, but intelligence and memory are not the same thing.
That's true.
Targeted? Suggest we retreat? Ah, wait.
Luca, you would know that gugs are faster than you.
Gugs are faster than us. The slowest one will die.
Oh no.
Did I mention my move speed is 30 feet? Leave Augrael. He's useless to us.
What?
Guess we have. Alright, I guess I will have to shield myself.
You see the two fragments of the pendant dangle from his neck.
Ow.
Oh.
Deal with that later. Wait, who doesn't have one? Ottardo?
No.
It's been good knowing you. Sorry we never got that curse situation worked out.
Okay, and
All right.
with my last action, I will activate Bracelet of.
Okay. Augrael's turn. He's like, why are you saying these things, Luca? It's very hurtful. And I don't think he has anything that can help him here. He used his oil of unlife last time, so he's just gonna. I guess he gets the vibe people are thinking they might maybe believe this entirely. So he's going to run into the room over here and hide just in case he gets an opportunity for a sneak attack. And it's the Gook's turn. You can hear like rage behind the door. And it slams it open. Oof. Door flies from its hinges, even though it's a heavy metal door. Just bom, 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 bom. Lands or it shatters almost upon impact, and then the thing. Well, it doesn't actually have to move. It can just attack from here with one strike against Ottardo with its claws. Boom. Missing. And then following up with another one. This one
Oof.
hits for 24 points of damage.
Again, Ottardo is going to. Oh no, he can't. He can't make use of his shield, so he's just going to eat the damage.
All right. And then it's your turn.
Okay. Ottardo is going to take. If he's man, he'll just attempt to strike first.
Okay. That's a hit. 13 points of damage. And you strike her down. It barely injured her.
And well, he's gonna follow that up. Crit miss. And he will finish up by raising his shield.
Okay. Lucca, looks like Ottardo has no interest in leaving this battle.
Perfect. I'm gone. No, he will. He looks like he really wants to make for the exit. Sees a Tartar standing there. It's like, damn it, he's too useful, and he is going to summon.
Wait, just a quick. Were we really trying to run? Because I thought this thing would outrun us.
It will outrun us.
Okay.
I already told you it's on Lucca's mind. It's the slowest one will die, and everyone else will make it out.
Well, I'm pretty sure the slowest one is Ottardo.
Yeah, exactly. But Ottardo is just such an asset, you know? Lucca at least has to make an effort to retain his assets. So he is going to throw down. Let's see, it's clever, it's clearly very fast. What is its I didn't ask about its saves.
Yep.
I'm just gonna try to put down some damage on it. I don't have to sustain this one, do I? No. Okay, so I can do this and do other stuff. Let's try this to start. I'm gonna throw down an impending doom, which will probably be a success, but you never know. Your fate is critically succeeded. You have no effect from this spell. Great. Don't know why I bothered. He's going to use his last action to embrace the pit and at least get a little damage resistance on himself.
Okay. Soma.
Questions, Simon.
Mm.
So it says that this takes an impact action.
Mm-hmm.
It can be the part of the. It has to be separate.
No, I believe that you activate the arrow and then you notch it, and then it would be a separate action to fire it. That's how I would understand it.
Firing anything. Soma will pull out a bow, pull out an arrow, activate it, and then she will. Hopefully, I can target like maybe this corner so the explosion won't take.
So you're trying to shoot past it, basically?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll say that's a DC or an AC of 5 with cover, so you want to hit 7 or higher to really hit the target.
I mean, it can. Yeah.
Actually, Ottardo's in the way too, so I guess let's do 9. AC 9.
Oof. Oh no, no.
No,
Okay.
that's okay. That's okay. It just because it was targeting the Gug,
Yeah.
it's a critical miss, but it's actually a success. Okay, so then you hit your mark, pretty much spot on, zooshing past Ottardo and the Gug, and the arrow explodes in a 10-foot burst, and we'll see the reflex save for the Gug is a success, but that's still gonna be a good amount of damage. Yeah. So yeah, the arrow explodes and the fire singes and burns its fur, leaving black marks, and it growls in pain, and the horrible mouth opens a little wider as it screams. And that's it. All right. Augrael from the larger room is like, Ottardo, trying to stage whisper to Ottardo, Ottardo, clear it out here. I can stab it in the back. He says, and his jaw almost falls off. Okay, the Gug's turn. Here we go. You're in reach. It'll use its furious claws to claw twice with the same map. Crit
Oh
hit,
my god.
42. Second, regular.
What was that about a moderate challenge?
Set. That's what a moderate challenge apparently looks like.
Well, yeah, I guess it's because there's only one of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Ottardo is going to use his shield to block against the second smaller blow.
Okay. Okay, so that was it. That was 2 of its actions. And then I guess its third action is a bite. Now with a -10 map.
Ooh.
Critically biting for 40.
And Ottardo is down.
Yeah, so it just grabs you basically with its horrible, horrible jaws, and swings you around a little bit, and then spits you back out, and you land on the floor, and everyone watches that happen. And Ottardo does not move as he hits the ground. That's its turn. Ottardo moves in the initiative to before the thing, and then it is Lucca's turn.
That's tough. That's a rough one. Um yeah. Because like I told you! I told you that's what happened. Um and he's checking his inventory. No. Nope. I can cast Gentle Repose.
Ottardo would appreciate that.
Oh, look at that. Son of a god. This thing provokes. Oh, god. One action move would be 2 actions. Third would be 3 actions, but that would I don't know what its reach is. Have we gotten a sense of its reach?
15 feet. You've seen it reach out 15 feet.
Super cool. Yeah, so there's no way I can even give him a healing potion without getting smacked myself. Oh wait, this is in my hand. It's been in my hand. Okay, I didn't see it with all my other wands because it was in a different spot because it was actually in my hand. I've been carrying around a wand of heal, so I'm gonna 2-action that thing.
Okay.
Um,
Which level is it?
it's just a level 1,
Okay.
but it is gonna be 15 points of healing. And then Lucca's gonna be like, "We should probably leave."
Yep.
And he's gonna use his last action to make for the staircase. This is the staircase going up, right?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Yes. So that was that 3 actions? No, that was 2
Yeah,
actions,
2
right?
actions on the wand, 1 to move.
Okay.
Would it be? I don't know how it works, but would it be easier to use the teleporter
We
for
didn't
someone, maybe at least?
don't
Oh
think we
wait, this one hasn't. Ah,
Yeah. Yeah. That one's not active.
Oh, Lucca even has enough movement to get up start going up the stairs, so that's what he's gonna do.
All right.
Like, I did the best I could. You're on your own.
Soma.
um well, I was thinking about trying to battle medicine Ottardo, but very well in hand, and the well, never mind it.
should run.
We'll have one left, so he will Ottardo. Yeah, everything will be alright.
Very soothing, indeed.
That's two actions. Run.
Everything will be all right, and then runs off. Yeah. And
Sorry.
Augrael watches the two of you run down the corridor and towards the staircase. He goes, "No, no, Ottardo, no!" And what's going on here? Ottardo should not be marked as defeated. Why is he marked as defeated? There we go.
Leave him, Augrael. He's a dead man.
No, no, not Ottardo. And what's he gonna do? He's gonna run over. Well, I don't want to play Matt's character in such a dangerous way, but it would definitely be in
Oh, he
character for
definitely
him.
would. He would 100% do that.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
he's gonna run over.
Maybe he's going to wait by the stairs for Ottardo to catch up to him.
I mean, Otardo's still on the floor. He's being
Yeah.
healed, but he knows he's seen the Gug has an attack of opportunity. He knows that he's just gonna strike Otardo down if he gets a chance to do so. So he's gonna run over, and he's going to basically kind of like tumble through here, but intentionally giving the Gug an opening to draw out that attack of opportunity.
Oof, he's near death.
I know. Yeah, has cover. And it's Ottardo whose life is on the line here, so okay, let's see. So he does have the nimble dodge. Which with cover makes this a miss because he hit by +3, but nimble dodge is 2 and the cover is 2, so that's actually a
Ooh.
miss. So he runs in, he nimbly dodges that lashing claw that with that freakishly long arm that comes through that opening in the wall where the door used to be. He dodges it, and looks at Ottardo, whose eyes are now open as he's regained consciousness, and he just looks at you imploringly and is like, get out of here. And then that was 1, 2 actions, so he has the third action to start running. Now that he saw that Ottardo was conscious. 1, 2, 3. I think he has 30 speed. Where's the speed on the PC sheets? Where's the speed on the PC sheets?
You have to go to like the main page, the front page of
Oh, I
your
got it.
character.
Land 30. Yes, okay, he's got 30 speed. Okay, so Ottardo, you have an opening here.
Okay, so he's going to spend 1 action to get up. And his flick mace is now on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it is an appropriate sacrifice here, so he's going to stride. 1 stride first. How do you... Is it control? Okay. How do you... Okay, there. So that's 1 stride, so that's 2 actions gone. And he's gonna say... The Gug spoke common, right?
It's not Sackfroth, Undercommon.
Oh! So Ottardo doesn't know what the thing said.
Mm-hmm.
Did he... Did he catch the word Euravian, or would that be too metagamey?
No, I would say you caught it in there. Yeah, that's fine.
Because my idea was that Ottardo would like point to the big glowy door and like say, "There's Euravian," but I don't know. I'll let you decide. Would that be something he could have figured out or not?
I mean, you know that this thing is very angry. You know that it mentioned the name Euravian, so I feel like it wouldn't be a stretch to think that it's angry at Euravian. So pointing it in that direction, certainly a possibility. Yeah. So you
Okay,
want to use
and
a point out action, basically.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
and
And that's it.
yeah, that's the third one.
The Gug comes like stomping out of the room and continues to complain and curse in Sackfroth, and it picks up the flick mace and it throws it at you, Ottardo. Let's see, what would that be?
That's
Improvised weapon.
impolite.
If that's an impolite weapon, is that for sure? I have no idea what that would be. I'll just roll its claw and we'll figure it out from there. But it misses anyway. So it just goes clung and lands somewhere between you and Augrael here. And it like waves all of its clawed fists in the air and just go run to your master and tell him that I deserve to be heard. Belcora needs a report and he's not making enough progress. And then that's its turn. Lucca.
I assume Lucca hears this.
Yes.
He's going to realize that it seems like something has changed. I mean, it wants us to report to Euravian, not die. So he's gonna come back around the corner, see what's going on. Does it look like it's like intent on pursuing us, or
No, it doesn't seem to be running after you. It's just kind of like shaking all of its fists at you and like, hey, let's run, you minions.
like, yeah, yes, we'll see that. And then he says in comment, "Get the fuck out of here now! Stop fooling around!" He's gonna run for the stairs.
Okay. So,
Preternatural speed and dashes almost magic.
Augrael looking over his shoulder and seeing Ottardo catching up continues to head for the stairs, and then it's Ottardo's turn.
He will pick up his weapon if it's in a nearby square, and then he'll strike twice.
All right, and so you manage with your life intact to escape the horrible Gug. And I assume you head for Atari.
Yes, we need to sleep our bruises off.
As they're
Okay.
walking back, Lucca is like a little disgruntled looking, kind of in a huff, straightening out his cloak and everything. He's like, "Look, I need you all to know what I said back there about, every man slash woman orc to themselves, for themselves. I just need you to know that I meant that from the bottom of my rib cage. Okay? Don't do anything stupid like that because you will be left behind." He grumbles.
I would assume that Augrael probably mumbled something like, That's not what a leader would do. We're talking. You can't just. Would you leave me behind? I guess you would."
Yes, of course. Leader leaves minions behind so that he continues to survive. How do you think this works? Leader can't be much of a leader if he's dead on the floor.
Yeah.
What I'm
Like,
saying is, don't be fools. Because I
doesn't
won't be there to save you. As he puts away the wand of healing.
this encounter seriously eroded Thomas more. She walks back silently.
All right. So you return to town. You get there late afternoon. Your body's, of course, aching. Anything you want to do before getting some rest?
Yeah, actually,
Uh,
visiting Condor.
The Stone Ring Pond?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think she actually will do anything there. Even with nature only, without a spell or more.
Okay.
Reflect on her life choices.
Okay. So yeah, as the road forks and there's this short path that takes you to the pond, I guess you take your leave from the rest of the group and you make your way over there. The local druid who is tending to this little grove or this little pond, I should say, notices your arrival and like nods, but knows that a lot of people come here for the serenity and the quiet contemplation, so she doesn't uh, strike up a conversation right away. And you get to sit down, listen to the splashing of the pond water on this slightly chilly fall day. A couple of leaves flying through the air on a gentle breeze, and it really helps you focus and recenter yourself. All right. Are the others going to do anything before calling it a day?
well, we mentioned needing to upgrade our weapons a bit. With ghost touches, at least. I think well, ghost touch is level 4, is a level 4 rune. Is that something we could find in town?
Ghost Touch is a level 4 item. It is. Yes. The temple would be able to help you with that, the Dawnflower Library.
Okay then. Well, Ottardo is going to request to have that etched on his flick mace.
Okay. So let's see. Same process as using craft to make an item. Maybe transfer rune between items. How long does that take again? I think that didn't take that long, right? It takes 1 day to transfer a rune or swap a pair of runes. And DC, okay, so okay, so the DC of the craft sheet doesn't really matter, but the price of the transfer is 10% of the rune's price. Okay, since you're getting a 10% discount anyway, that makes it a little easier here. So you're just paying for
No, the idea was to buy it from them and have it etched.
Yes.
I think
And
in that case you just pay for the rune. I think.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It is going to take a day, so it would be ready the next afternoon.
Okay.
It costs 75 gold pieces, so well, 10% of that off, so 67.5 gold pieces.
Okay, well, if nobody minds, I'll pull that from the party stash, which does
Sure.
have 700 gold if anybody else can think of something.
I'll let Matt make that decision, but he can retrofit it if he wants to for Augrael.
If nobody else is doing anything, Lucca would go to Rin's Wonders as well.
What are you looking for at Rinse?
He kind of comes storming in and he's like, Rin, I'm looking for healing items. Any healing items you have, whatever it is, potions, wands, whatever, oils of unlife, anything.
Calm down, my friend. There's, nothing needs to be done hastily.
Damn fools just keep running off, getting themselves into danger.
What's going on? I've not seen you this upset.
My minions keep on nearly dying.
Your minions, and she says that with a lot of disdain. Are you talking about your friends?
What? Oh, yes, sure, of course. They keep on nearly dying, and there's only so much I could do, you know? I'm going to have to abandon them eventually. It's inevitable.
Well, few things in this existence are inevitable, and certainly abandoning your friends is not.
Well, if they
Yeah.
keep up like they have been.
Well, at some point we all have to join the great caravan. It's not the end of things. It can be the start of a new story.
What? No, I'm not looking for a philosophy lesson today here, Rin. I'm looking for elixirs of life. I'm looking for wands of healing, whatever you have.
All right. I do have a few items that you might find helpful then. Yeah, so she has a bunch of wands and consumables, I guess. Yeah, non-ammunition consumable items, wands, the sort.
Okay.
Level 5 and under.
Level 5 and under. All right. I feel like we would benefit from a higher, like the level 1 wands are, I guess, nice in a pinch, but like I feel like in some of these fights we need a bigger boost of healing. So like How much is like a level 4 wand?
That's a good question.
I know 4 looks like it's 100 gold pieces. Is that right?
Wand, magic wand,
Uh,
fourth
no,
rank spell is
700.
700.
Oh,
And it is an
700.
and it is a level 9 item.
Oh, right, the rank is not
Oh, a
the
4th level
yeah.
spell is the
So,
okay.
so
Yeah,
you
no.
could get a second rank for 160.
Ugh, that's a lot. Um, do you guys think that's worth that or should we hold off?
Well, maybe a third level. If oh no, so the restriction is on level 5, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Item level 5.
Uh,
Or you order from Epsilon.
Yeah, but I mean just straight up the expense of it is a lot. That's
well,
most of the
we
party.
can go for a third rank for 360. That leaves some for any other purchases.
A third rank wand.
I think that's better than what you have currently.
Oh yeah,
Wand
I mean
wise.
I have a couple of first ranks and I have a second rank. But yeah, I mean a third rank would be a pretty big jump. It is 360. Okay. And it's what level of wand is that something that has to be ordered?
Yes, the
Yeah,
third
it's a
rank
7th level
is a
item. Okay.
seventh level item, so we would have to order that.
Okay.
I can sort that out with Gloria. Are you willing to pay for the expedited shipping? It's an extra gold piece.
He grumbles. He's like, fine, fine. If we even live long enough to use the thing.
Do you want to join our rewards program?
What are the
So
benefits?
you get free shipping on your 10th order.
10th order. He's doing a little mental math. He's like, fine. Where do I sign?
See, I'll remember that you're a member.
It's like, I prefer my contracts written, preferably in blood.
Oh, I apologize, but we don't have any contracts written in blood, unfortunately.
Fine. Very well then. I shall accept your contract of membership benefits. Shop here often enough anyway. He continues to grumble to himself as he walks away. He's like, they may just be minions, but they're my minions.
And she promises to sort it out with Oloria Galantine to have the wand delivered in 2 days, and I'll put that on you guys to keep track of that. So
2 days. So the
in 2 days.
27th. How do I... Is there some way to open up the calendar?
Speaking of which, could we maybe take one day to cool off from this before we dive back down?
Sure. So, besides, it looks like there's a potential hurricane and large amounts of flooding today. So
That weather thing has been just extreme the whole time. I think there's some bug in there. It's always torrential rain. It's always like hurricane or snowstorm. It's weird. Yeah. I'm mostly ignoring it. Anyway, okay, so you want to spend a day of downtime essentially?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay, so I'm gonna skip us ahead to the next day, late afternoon. You can pick up your Ghost Touch rune etched weapon. Pay
Mhm.
the 67.5 gold if you don't have if you didn't already.
Right, it's done.
Nice. And did you put that on the silver weapon, or where did you put that?
On the flick mace.
On the flick mace. Nice.
I
Plus one.
imagine it'll be easier to strike flying incorporeal thingies at range, at reach rather.
That's true. Most likely.
Okay, there it is. Close touch. Oop. And if I close, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Well, Souma was pondering. Among the loot? Red?
You activate by casting a spell. The spell must be of a spell level ammunition, and the spell must be able to target a creature other than the caster. Creature by activated spell is targeted by the spell. The creature's valid target. Ammunition affects only a target hit. Okay. So which spell do you cast into it?
I think I need to confirm. So if I cast a spell into them right now, it will hold it, right?
That's how I understand it, yeah.
Yeah, because I also said both of this. But now I suddenly feel
Yeah,
doubtful.
the writing is a little odd
How?
because it says you activate it by casting into it,
Right.
but I thought that you activate when just before you shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's anything within activate that says that has to happen right before you use it. It just needs to be activated before you use it, but I don't see why. Let's see, activated ammunition. Types of magic that have an activate entry must be activated with additional actions before being used. Once you activate the ammunition, you must shoot it before the end of your turn.
Ugh.
Otherwise,
Never
it
mind.
Otherwise, it deactivates but isn't consumed, and you must activate it again before you can use it.
Then I have
That's
a following
not great.
question. By casting a spell must be of a level old in the so I can cast a cantrip into.
You can cast a cantrip into it, yes.
And so basically, if I cast a projectile into that, it will essentially attach of what's for 5d6, right?
I mean,
What
what's the point of doing that when instead of just using the telekinetic projectile directly?
I think the only thing that would make it better is if you had better accuracy with the bow than with your spell, which I'm not sure is
Well,
the
never mind.
case.
If I need to, in the moment, I will pick something. I was thinking about like putting phantom pain in it, or potentially I could use author.
Yeah, but anything with anything with a range is probably not great for this. I think it's a way to deliver
Like touch
a
spells.
touch spell, basically.
Yeah. Mm.
Because otherwise you might as well just cast the spell at a distance. I guess technically you get more range out of it, but how realistic is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't actually deal it in. Yeah. Oh right, I know what I can cast fly on distance at Ottardo with it.
That's true.
All right, never mind.
I mean,
Great use.
it does give the benefit of you get to make, if it's an attack roll, you get to use the ranged attack roll that you made with the weapon. But that's only good if you're not very good at casting spells, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's only going to be good for like Magus, which
Right.
puts points into Dex rather than Intelligence or something like that.
Yeah.
Guess the most difficult resolution came to naught then.
Mm.
It's a good thing that we started. Otherwise, she would be in for a very nasty surprise once we go.
Right. No, and I do appreciate you thinking about how to use your items, because I would definitely recommend weeding out that stuff and
Mm.
turning it into something more useful. Because this is 70 gold pieces for the, I guess 35, but still that's a lot of money for something that has very limited use. And I think I'm gonna put a short bow on Augrael. There's a +1 short bow in the stash.
Oh yeah,
And I think that would be good for Augrael to have the short bow.
Souma will just have to normal rest.
All right. Should we skip to the next day, or is there anything you want to do on this day?
Can skip.
yeah.
Okay. So, next morning, everyone wakes up well rested. The hurricane has passed, some scattered clouds, but mostly clear. What do you do?
Hurricane is passed. Whew. Survey the damage, of course.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Lucas like, well, are we to descend once again into the depths? Maybe not open that door.
The
Mm.
really
Ah, yes, the girl. Right. Well,
kind of important. Whether it from the
important. I suppose so. She have some sort of political connections.
mayor, man, of course she has political
Mayor of a very small town.
town where we live in.
Oh, yes, yeah, I suppose. Well, okay. Well, if we are to confront, oh, that's something we probably should have done in our downtime. um, is it possible to say that Lucca was maybe spending that second day looking into anything he can find about citizens of Leng, denizens of Leng, or whatever it's called?
Yes. Hang on
W-
here.
Was it one day, right?
Yeah, the one. Sorry, the one day.
Yeah.
Well, it's second day.
Well, yeah,
They,
technically, I
they,
don't
they
know.
still have one day before we get them, right? Or am I misunderstanding?
Yeah, it would arrive in the afternoon. Sorry, I'm working something out here. Because that carry all platform was not set up right. So now I hope that I have everything where it needs to be. Yeah, that looks good. Is this token connected to your? No, it's not. Ah. Sorry about that. Okay, so what do we want to do? You wanted to do research on the citizen of Lang or denizen of Lang? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The best place for that is probably either at the Dawnflower Library or in the Odd Stories at Morlabin's bookshop.
Yeah, I think Lucca would try the Dawnflower.
All right. To do some research here.
Like he figures they probably have more information on it, and he would kind of grudgingly show up at their door.
Yeah. Go do an occultism check, please.
Occultism. I do also have aberrations if that's relevant.
Yeah, you can do an aberration lore. Yeah. Okay, wow. That's actually a critical success. So
Hell yeah.
what I think what I'm gonna do is I am just gonna let you look up the stat block.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Denizen of Leng.
I mean, you had already gathered some information on it, and now following up with a critical, I think
Okay.
that's fine. I'll put it in the chat here. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so I think what you've learned last time, there was a bunch of stuff that you already know, but I think the most important thing that you learned from a book within the Dawnflower libraries on these basically extraplanar slavers that sail with their ominous black ships beyond the borders of dimensions and planes. And there's one thing that particularly, one passage that you stumble over, which is that many denizens of Leng carry strange rubies mined from quarries in Leng. And as long as a creature holds a Leng ruby that it willingly accepted as a gift or payment from a denizen of Leng, any denizen of Leng can target that creature with Outcast's Curse, Phantom Pain, or Mind Reading. And the bearer uses an outcome, blah, blah, blah. So there is something that's just something that strikes you as very interesting because it establishes this bond basically between the victim and the denizen of Lang.
Sound like something that perhaps the mayor's daughter could have accepted a ruby.
Maybe, but you haven't seen any ruby for sure.
Didn't
Yeah.
accept the ruby. Was awfully clingy with that
The stuff.
owlbear plush.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Before descending back in, Lucca would go over all the details of his discoveries once again, especially noting the ruby, as well as the fact that the thing has a connection to Leng at all times, which allows it to continuously heal. And if there's some way that we can sever its planar connection, that would stop that. Um, and also warning that it has like a poisonous bite, essentially. Although I don't think it's technically a poison; it's a curse. as well as being a spellcaster. So it's pretty dangerous. It's a dangerous creature. And it doesn't breathe. Has good saves all around, but fortitude is its lowest. It's immune to cold damage. It has resistance to critical hits and precision damage, so sorry, Augrael. It takes 10 less damage from critical hits, it looks like. And it also has resistance to precision damage, like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so basically it's gonna be about taking it down really fast before its healing can kick in, or about severing that healing. How to stop the healing? It says it loses its ability. Oh, loses its ability on the plane of Leng or in areas where planar connections do not function. So I would assume that something like a planar anchor kind of spell would do the trick, but I don't. Lucca can't cast that. I don't know if that's something we can even get access to right now. I feel like it's on my spell list, but I don't know. I don't know if
I think you're thinking of planar tether, which is
planar
used to be
tether.
Yeah, it blocks the teleportation attempts. Counteract any teleportation effect that would move the target or any effect that would transport it to a different plane, but not necessarily. I don't know. It's a little frustrating that they don't actually say what effect it is that.
Yeah, it just says in areas where the connection doesn't work. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if a tether would qualify or not, because it is a fourth level spell. It's potentially accessible, but I don't know if it would do the trick.
Yeah. I don't. I couldn't. I can't think of any other effect that it could possibly refer to, other than like something completely custom.
I mean, maybe like a zone, a particular area that doesn't allow teleportation or interplanar travel or something, but like I don't know what that is.
Right, but that would be uh planar seal is another one. But it's also count teleportation, extra damage to spaces, counteract any attempt to summon. Yeah, I think planar tether would work. You would be fairly confident that that's what would suppress the healing.
Um yeah. So Lucca will bring that up, but again, that is a fourth level spell. It is on his spell list. I guess it's on Suma's spell list too, so technically either of us could cast it if we could get access to it. Perhaps a scroll.
Scroll, well, scroll of. Does the scroll have the same rank as the same level as the spell's rank? Is that how that works?
Have no idea.
All scrolls have the same space statistics. Mm. Scroll's price and level are based on the spell. The name is simply scroll off, followed
Okay, I
by
have
the
it.
spell's name.
Fourth rank spell is item level 7.
Ah, here it is, fourth rank scroll. Yeah. So no, you could get a third rank scroll, but you would have to order the other scroll from Absalom.
We could sit around for another couple days, or we can just have a go at it.
But just keep in mind that we've been told that the denizen might be in the level lower than the one with the devils, which means we might cross paths with that thing.
I mean, if it's staying in its room, then we can just avoid it. But yeah, you're right. We might. I don't know if it's wandering around or not. So
didn't it like blast the door off its hinges or something?
It did. Yeah, you're right. It did do that.
I think maybe we should go in with the mindset of dealing with
Taking-
that thing first, and then seeing what we can do.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, now I'm back to loaded, so we might have better chances if we can blow it or do some next.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can now blast the thing with very dangerous spells and also provide considerable healing, so that should improve our chances.
Well, let's go for it then.
All right. You head back to
The
to
devil
that
level.
devil
The
level.
devil level.
The devil level. Which entrance do you use? Because there was the one that you just came back from, with going down that main staircase, basically. But the first time you came here, you went through like that little hallway. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I would say the problem with the little hallway was there's that curse on that room or whatever. Did Lucca? I know Lucca dispelled it, but I can't remember if it was permanent or temporary.
the few times we've been through it, it wasn't active again.
Okay, so and then I guess Lucca would suggest going down the side corridor, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, ultimately, we're going to end up in the same place probably. So
Yes, that's true. But let's also bring the carry-all platform back. Here we go. Augrael is gonna follow Ottardo. Okay. Yeah, but as you turn the corner here in this, I don't know which hallway you took, but let's assume you took this one. You see the Gug meditating once again, like sitting in this meditative stance. This time in that main chamber where the spiral staircase connects to this level. So you're just turning that corner, basically. So what do you do?
Start shooting, Lucca.
oh, okay. There was a half a second where Lucca was like, it said something about needing reports from Belcora, and it seemed like it was at odds. Like maybe there's something to talk about, but if Ottardo says that, he will do it. Not really considering the fact that he's taking orders from his minion.
So what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna hit it with probably probably try to hit it with my best spell first. If it lands and it sticks, it'll be good, do good work. So
Okay, I'll let you do a stealth roll to see whether
okay.
it notices you before we roll initiative. Or yeah, let's
Sure.
just do stealth for initiative. That's how we're gonna do this.
All right,
I
that makes sense.
rarely get to use this. So let me add everyone to the roster and then. Okay. So, Lucca, I guess everyone rolls stealth for initiative because you are trying to sneak up on this thing, because that's
Yeah.
kind of the whole point of it.
Poor Augrael.
Augrael.
He's the only actually stealthy character here.
Yeah. Let's see your stealth.
And then how do you make that your
I can
initiative
do
thing?
that for you.
Okay.
So, so we roll up in the room, and Ottardo just yells, "Shoot it, Lucca!"
And I'll need so much.
Stealth.
Wait a second, why am I in the front?
Because you're gonna shoot it.
I did not volunteer for this.
Why does it not give me the option? Oh, because you already used it as initiative. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I cut my finger today in a really weird way, and it just gets in the way. All right, so you're trying to sneak up on it. Let's see how that played out.
It didn't.
So
It
well.
didn't play out.
No. So basically, you turn around the corner. Yeah, like you said, Ottardo is like, "Hit it with your best spell!" in a stage whisper, and Lucca like maybe starts to starts an incantation, but it just raises the creature's awareness, and it calls out and says, "You in Sackfroth once again. Just your Reverend has yet to answer my knocking on his doors. You have not reported to him. That means you'll die." Um. Okay, so let's see. What have we got here? It's gonna get up from its meditative stance, which I'm gonna say costs it an action, and then it has a 40-foot speed. So it moves.
Ooh.
Come on, where is it? Is it? What was it again? There. 40-foot here. That's how far it can move, but it doesn't go all that far. Well, actually, it does, because then it can use its 4 attacks to spread the joy. So the first one goes to Lucca, getting critically hit.
Damn.
44
so
points of.
it just needs one action to make 4 attacks.
Oh, sorry. I said that it costed an action to stand up. You're right. Nope, it's just one action then. But it still attacks you for 44.
Okay.
And it
Uh,
it only needs 2 actions to make 4 attacks though, so
is that the crit damage?
that is the crit damage.
Okay, so Lucca will collapse again.
But good call on that, yeah. So gets into position, like starts and then the thing just strikes him down and he collapses into a pile of bones. Augrael. He's gonna try to tumble through. How exactly does that work? So he knows, or he guesstimates that the range is 15 feet, and then he can use acrobatics against the enemy's reflex DC as you try to enter its space. Oh, tumble through is the space? I don't want to go through its space. I want to go through the. I want to avoid the attack of opportunity. Do I have to? Is that the same thing?
Is that a thing you can do?
Is it not?
Isn't it just stepping to avoid attacks of opportunity? or
Can you not acrobatically tumble like you used to? Acrobatic. Where is it? Acrobatics. Squeeze, bounce, escape, tumble through, but that's through the space.
I think there is something in the acrobatics dedication called dodge away that lets you. Oh man, that doesn't even let you avoid attacks of opportunity. Never mind.
Yeah, I think there's really no way to do this other than stepping. You are right. Okay, so then there it goes. 2. And as soon as he moves out of this square, it triggers an attack of opportunity. Claw strike. That hits. I'm pretty sure 33. Yes, regular hit. And here goes the damage. So he gets struck for 18, but that's not too bad. And he moves all the way around. And then readies an action to strike as soon as a flank opens up. Soma.
I actually have 13 initiative. I just got screwed up somehow. I dropped from initiative and then I came back and then I rolled
I
again
see.
and it was
Okay, I can see. Update participant, 13 initiative. So it is Lucca.
okay. So this thing just took its opportunity attack against Augrael.
Yes.
Okay, so Lucca feels confident it's not going to do it to him. He is just going to step back a bit, or stride technically. Oh no, he got knocked prone. Damn it. He has to stand up.
Yep. He's implying.
So he rises up, which means he doesn't have enough actions to do what he wants to do. He's just gonna cast the spell from right there. He's gonna throw down Whispers of the Void, hoping this thing has ears to listen as he drops it carefully to avoid. Actually, no, he can hit Augrael all he wants. He's immune to void damage. And same for Lucca, so we'll just put it right here.
Critically succeeds.
And it does nothing. So once again, Lucca's spells do nothing. Okay, he's done.
All right. Soma.
Well, for one start. Don't greet us.
That sure is lingering.
Plus,
Nice.
terribly.
Okay. It's a regular success, so it is slowed for 1 round. That's your turn, and then it's Ottardo.
Ottardo will attempt to do again his deploy his flick mace intimidatingly.
Mm-hmm.
It fails, so I can't try that
Really?
again.
Clearly shaking
Uh,
up.
and then he's going to use his defensive advance to move up next to the creature, raise his shield, and attempt to strike it.
Okay, that triggers an attack from Augrael. As soon as you offer up that flank, he tries to strike. Oh, should have highlighted it. That's a hit. So, Augrael does 19 points of damage, and Ottardo does 9 points of damage as a well-coordinated team here, but the thing is still barely injured. Is that your turn, Ottardo?
That's the end for Ottardo, yes.
Okay, so then
Probably
the
should
ghost man-
rephrase that.
Here we go. It has 2 actions, and it's going to use it for its Furious Claws ability, so it gets to make 4 strikes with the full attack. Let's start with Ottardo. A claw. Oh man,
Good.
40 points.
Okay.
Then
Yeah, he's just going to eat the damage.
okay. That's a regular hit for Lucca for 25.
And at this point, Ottardo is going to intervene
Mm-hmm.
to grant Lucca 10 points of resistance against that damage, and he will take a strike against the dog.
Okay. That's a hit. And it takes some more damage, but it's not done yet attacking. It's barely deterred in its flurry of claw strikes. There's a miss, though. And then finally, it strikes Augrael for 22 points. And that's its turn. No longer slowed, though. Okay. Augrael. Oh, right, that's me.
It's
Well, he's in a good spot. He's gonna use his advantage and just gonna sneak attack as much as he can. Oops, I should have highlighted it. That's a hit. And we're gonna turn off that weird extra sneak attack. So that's 13 points of damage. And then we are trying that again with -5. That's a miss. And then we're gonna do a knowledge roll, which should be cultism or something like that. There we go. Come on here. Cultism. Okay, so that's a success, which will give him the ability to analyze weakness next turn. That's him. Lucca.
Yeah. Let's see. This thing has not used its opportunity attack, so we don't want to go casting spells right in front of it. We're going to step back. And it is still in range. Luke is going to step even further back. And then he's gonna be like, "Just you wait, we're gonna kill you," and he's gonna try to intimidate the thing.
Okay, let's see that.
You can't hit me from back here. Um. 34.
Yeah, I mean it is taken aback somewhat. It's surrounded, you got some hits in. It actually does seem to be impressed by that attempt. So is that frightened one or what is it?
Frightened 1.
Okay.
Unless
And
it's a critical. But
no, it's not a critical.
okay.
All
That's
right,
my turn.
Soma.
Oh, Lucas Lee.
Okay.
The step that
It's step, yeah, just step. Okay.
It's worth it with this thing.
All right, it succeeds again, but it continues to be slowed. 1. I believe that's your turn. Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to raise his shield, and then he's going to use lay hands on himself. And he's going to finish up with a strike against the
Wait,
dog.
before you do that, it does have
Oh,
a manipulate trait.
This
I
is what
forgot.
happened when we fought that abomination thing too. Is everything has the manipulate action.
Yeah, all of a sudden you notice all of that stuff. All right, so it does, take your concentration away for a split second, and it's enough for the creature to slice you with a claw for 18 points.
Uh,
Oh, and I see
th- th-
you.
does that
Oh,
interrupt or not?
no, it did. We looked that up. There was something about I think a critical hit interrupting,
Okay.
but
Okay. In that case, so I did apply the healing. Ottardo is going to use his reaction to block some of this damage, and then he's going to make his strike against the creature.
okay.
Oh no, I had already rolled
You
it.
had already
Yeah.
struck, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's a hit, so you can just roll the damage.
Okay.
11. And there we are. Okay. You're chipping away. It's clearly massive and bulky and can take quite a few hits, but it does seem to hurt as you pummel it. All right, then it's the Gug's turn again, and it will spend an action to move to have everyone nicely within range. And then it has one action left this round, which it will use to just lash out at Ottardo with one claw. Oh, missing because of the -1 frightened. Makes all the difference. Okay, then it's Augrael's turn. And he moves by stepping over here, which does not yet give him flanking. But he does spend an action to analyze the weakness, and then he targets it and strikes. Ooh, but misses by quite a lot. And then it's Lucca's turn.
Okay. So if I remember, casting spell has manipulate if it is
Somatic.
somatic material. Does that factor in? I would assume so.
Because you have to
Oh,
get it out.
spells no longer have those things now?
Actions.
They don't? Oh, okay. But it does say that it has. Okay, each
think-
spell says if it has manipulate or not, and
Uh,
I believe so.
No, I think something changed, and they're all manipulate by default unless.
some of them don't have it. Like my embrace the pit spell does not have it.
But does it not have it? Maybe just because it's pre-remaster and it follows the old.
I assume it's because it's only a verbal. Yeah, I mean it's only a verbal thing.
But it's also
Well, a shield cantrip doesn't have manipulation. Projectile.
Yeah, I think
okay.
a lot of the ones that have one actions are just verbal ones and they don't have manipulate.
It says any spell qualifies as a cast of spell activity, and any characteristics of the spell use those of the specific spell you're casting.
Okay.
Okay, see, they added manipulate into everything almost.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's there.
Okay. Because technically, harm does have manipulate, even though the one action version is somatic and doesn't use. Sorry, the one action. Oh, the one action version is somatic. Okay, that's why it all has manipulate.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, got it. Okay, so I am going to use one action to once again move out of this thing's reach. I think is that technically out of its reach? Yeah, it's 20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but I can still see Augrael standing there, so I'm gonna try a different save. I'm gonna point to Augrael's middle class bastard. I'll say, "You are a foul abomination from the depths, and that blade is going to be your end. You will never see Urevian because you will die here. Your waiting was pointless." Blah blah blah, and he's gonna cast Implement of Destruction, which is a will save. Oh hell yeah!
And it goes, the insolence, what? Why, how did you? No! The target weapon deals an additional 2d6 persistent mental damage to the target. Okay, so is there an effect that I can apply to Augrael, or do we have to
I
remember
don't think
this?
so. It's just once he has to hit before
Okay.
anything will trigger. So
Okay, gotcha. All right. Cool. Souma's turn. Does not. Good.
Keep throwing slow at this guy. Try its wisdom. Try that offer.
Okay. That does have the manipulate trait, so it does trigger.
Yeah.
God.
Uh,
Oh,
54 points of damage.
I want.
Ottardo will intervene to grant Soma 10 points of resistance.
I will immediately use my shield to block it.
So this might now actually interrupt. If I remember correctly, there was something about this
I think it would be under reactive strike.
creature within your reach is a manipulated move, makes a range, leaves a square. You lash out if make a melee strike. If your tick is a critical hit and the trigger was a manipulate action, you disrupt that action. So disrupting various abilities conditions can disrupt an action if you action you committed you still expend any cost, but the action's effects don't. In the case of activity, you use all actions spent. Yeah, if you began to cast a spell and the first action was disrupted, you lose all the actions that you committed to that activity. Yeah, okay. So the spell's lost.
I tried.
And that's your turn, Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to attempt to snag the creature's feet and trip it.
Okay, let's see that. Athletics DC, I believe. If you target it, it should. Okay, well.
It should be against reflex. Did I not? Oh, I did not use the trip. Sorry.
I think. Oops. I think against its athletics DC, right?
I thought it's reflex.
What were you trying to do? Trip?
Trip, yes.
Attempt an athletics check against the target's reflex DC. You're right. Okay. That is a regular success. So you manage to pull those heavy muscular legs out from under it. And it goes prone.
Okay. And with his remaining two remaining actions, he's going to do his defensive shuffle as he positions himself back to flank in with Augrael, although that doesn't really change much since it's flat-footed from being prone. But it will help Augrael later. So he shuffles over there, raises his shield, and strikes.
Oh, and
nice.
thanks to it being off guard, you strike it for 9 points of damage. All right, it takes that damage, and then it's its turn. Well, after hitting the floor hard, it pulls its muscular body up from the tiles, and then it does. Hmm?
Had Augrael struck already, or was he waiting? I can't remember.
He had already struck.
Oh, okay, okay.
He
Sorry.
used the analyze weakness and.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna attack. So it stood up. That was one action. So it still has 2 actions left to do its Furious Claws, and it's gonna attack everyone except Lucca because he's out of range. So start with Ottardo hitting you for 25, and then it
And
moves.
Ottardo will shield block this.
Okay, moving over to Soma for 23.
And then Ottardo will also use his second reaction to protect Soma a little bit and get in a strike.
Well, you have a new reaction, so because you just had your turn. But yeah,
Yes. No, it's not just because he has his turn. He took an ability that grants him an extra reaction to only to shield block.
Wow.
So he can shield block
oh,
and do
gotcha,
the
gotcha.
champion thing. Yeah.
That's cool. I love that the rules support you actually getting to do your things.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it misses Augrael miraculously, and that's its turn. And then Augrael comes up, flanking with Ottardo, which is his happy place. He has analyzed the creature's weakness already, and he'll attack, missing once, missing twice, missing 3 times. Oh man, that was rough. What were those rolls? 8, 4, and 15. Okay. Should have rolled that the other way around. Lucca.
This Grumbly's like, Augrael, you have to land the hit now. Your weapon is a weapon of doom. and he is still in safety for the time being, so he's going to take this opportunity to get just a little bit of extra nonsense in the do I have hold on, do I have to concentrate on impending doom? It is oh, but I don't have to spend a thing to I don't have to sustain it. Okay. Great. Oh, it's sorry, implement of destruction. Yeah, no, I don't have to sustain that either. Let's just get some extra bodies on the field. I'm going to summon lesser servitor, all 3 actions, and I am going to get I guess a hellhound. I'm not sure what else is particularly useful here. I'm going to summon it right in ideally like right here.
There it is.
Nice. And it gets to take its actions after I've summoned it. So, the Hellhound will take 2 attacks.
Okay, you should have ownership, so should be
Yeah.
able to use. Okay.
Um I mean, I could have it do Hellfire Breath, but I feel like this thing's just gonna dodge it. Uh, Maybe we'll do 1 Jaw attack and 1 Hellfire Breath. So, it will try to bite first.
Ooh, critically
Okay.
hitting.
Nice.
That's happy. I'm happy about that. 26 points of damage
Does it come with
Wow.
any persistent fire, maybe?
on a crit. The jaws, no, I think they're just
Ah,
normal. Yeah, it's just an extra D6
Yeah.
fire. Um,
Yeah, but that
a-
badly injures it.
and then it will just once it's got the thing caught in its jaws, it just exhales and blasts flames right at it. Hellfire breath. How do I make it? There we go. So it needs to make a reflex save, which I'm assuming it will pass with flying colors, but we'll see.
Oh, it should have done an extra 2d4. No, an extra 1d4 because the 2 of the Hellhound's allies, or are only you its ally. I think.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
they count as allies.
Okay, so then that's an extra d4. You can roll real quick.
Forgot about that. The pack attack.
Yep.
All right, so the extra D4 is
2.
2,
Okay.
and
And
it passes.
yeah, but it's a basic reflex, so it still takes some of the fire damage.
All right. Oh, okay, you rolled it. So another 7 points.
7. And okay, that's it.
That's it. I'm happy
That's
with
pretty
that.
good. Pretty good turn, definitely. Soma, battle is starting to turn.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no matter how I think another attack. I will just move position here.
Yep, and indeed, as you move, it
Oof.
strikes for 20.
And from try to cast the last.
Okay,
Aha!
it fails.
There you go. How about that?
Nice.
No reactions for you anymore.
You see its horrible mouth starting to quiver as it laughs uncontrollably.
This spell would be
Emotion.
useful.
Concentrate. So it is slowed 1 and can't use reactions for. Okay, and this is sustained. So as long as you sustain it, it will remain slowed, is how I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ottardo.
Ottardo is going to go for the legs again.
So
Sweep the
wait for
leg.
the leg. Yeah,
Oh, I
sweep.
can try the.
It would be Lucca's role for sure. Sweep the leg.
It's John Kreese.
Ooh, crit
Sweep the
on
leg.
this. Falls prone and takes bludgeoning damage. Okay, yeah, it falls hard and takes full damage here, 6 points.
Nice.
But then you miss
And
miraculously.
then for his last action, he's going to raise his shield.
All right, and then it's turn. It's gonna stand up from prone, and it has only one action left, which it will use to continue to laugh, of course. It can't take reactions. Wow. Okay, I think it's actually gonna take a swipe at the Hellhound because it hates everything related to hell right now, and it also was pretty dangerous. I know it's a natural one. All right, then it's Lucca's turn.
Augrael.
Yes, sorry, that's what I was trying to say. Here's Augrael. It's gonna target the thing. Still has. Wait, does he have to take his analyze weakness? Something he has to do every time. You carefully study the next time you deal sneak attack damage with a strike before the end of your turn. Okay, so he uses an analyze weakness, one action. He strikes. He connects.
Yes.
Damage, regular damage plus the analyze weakness is 19, and then we have the
2d6 mental persistent damage, so it doesn't trigger right
Oh.
away,
Ah,
right, but
unfortunately.
I should be able to pull it on there. Target that was a failure. So the target weapon deals an additional 2d6 persistent mental damage to the target enemy if the enemy is critically hit. No, it's not. Okay. And then a third action, which is yet another strike with the offhand, or in the backswing, and that's it. Lucca, your turn.
Lucca is suddenly feeling much more confident about this whole situation, but he does want to try to help finish this thing off. So from where he's standing, he will just fire off a ignition, try to hasten it to its doom. A natural one. I will use my my hero point.
Okay. Good use.
21 will
Just
still
right.
miss.
Okay.
Last action, I will. Oh, of course, the hound. I spend an action commanding the hound, which will give it 2 to try to bite this thing to death. It technically can't use. I don't know what the result of that was.
It already has something on its token that says that it has 3 rounds remaining.
Oh, I missed that. Okay. All right, so it's just going to go for bites then. First attack is a critical miss. Second attack, critical miss. That's okay. He did his job already.
Definitely. Soma.
Plus 13. Try his will save again. Cast fan.
It can't take its reactions, is what you're saying. Yeah. All right. It succeeds, which means it takes full initial damage, but no persistent mental damage. So let's see that. Initial damage. Well, 6 points. Okay. Ottardo.
Ottardo will attempt he'll go again for the trip.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
once again?
man.
Wow, that is.
Please kill it by tripping it to death.
All right.
Uh,
That's a miss.
And he'll finish off by raising the shield.
Okay, yeah. And it is visibly frustrated, and it's like swaying its head, its torso back and forth, clearly in some sort of mental damage. It takes one action to get up, and with the remaining action, it swipes at the hound once again. It's just an annoying little pest there. There we go. This is back to form. 56 points, and it
Uh,
basically obliterates. What? Are you
oh,
gonna
oh,
protect
oh,
the hound?
yeah.
Gone.
Yes.
Protect the hellhound.
He actually will do that.
Okay.
Wow, how thoughtful.
But I don't think you get to save it because you only
Yeah,
take 10 off, right?
it's
So
dead
that's
anyway. It's dead
yeah,
anyway.
it's still gonna get sent back to hell. That was its turn. Now goes the mental damage, which is 7. It will also be doomed 1. No, that was the
That's on a crit
critical
fail.
effect. So we
Yeah, that's
have
crit.
critical failure for the persistent, so it will remain under that effect. Augrael's turn. He analyzes its weakness and then he strikes with the middle class bastard twice, but missing both times. And then it's Lucca.
Yeah, well, hound's gone. Lucca will, I guess he'll just go for another ignition for the time being. Oh man. Okay. He's got one action left. I already demoralized this, so I can't do that again. I'll just diabolic edict. Who? I mean, I don't know what Suma's gonna do. Ottardo's gonna attack it, so he's gonna be like, "Ottardo, you finish this off, and in exchange, I won't abandon you all the time again. This is totally an equal exchange. I won't.
They're gonna
Yes,
forcible.
yes, I won't abandon you all the time again. So interpret that wording as you will. I can abandon you some of the time, just not all the time. Yeah. So he diabolic edicts, and that's his turn.
Okay, Soma.
I can't out and no, I only have 2 actions. Genetically project.
Okay. And a chunk of
I want
brick flying.
to troubleshoot. Closer to with ricocheting of the ball, chick, and
Ching, ching, ching. And indeed, it bonks against
I
things.
should have
Let's see
cast
the
that on
damage.
Suma.
Ooh,
Oh,
look at that.
nice.
Quite an amount of damage. All right. Ottardo. It is clearly on its last legs.
Yes, legs.
It is on his last legs. Oh, here we go.
No.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And well, he is going to follow up with a strike. Crit
Oof.
misses. Wow. And raise a shield to finish the turn.
Okay. Well, it's turn now. It's going to spend an action on an assisted recovery though, because this persistent damage is about to kill it. It fails. And it has one action left, and it's gonna use it to try to strike Ottardo again. Because he's a consistent, annoying threat.
You
27
can
points
hit.
of damage.
You can hit Ottardo all you want. It won't save you.
It clearly doesn't, because let's see what happens now. That's
Oh,
exactly enough to kill it. it stumbles for a little moment. It's holding these weird little jaw-like things, which form its head, and they go, and it just keeps on screaming, and then falls on its knees, and then bashes its uh pseudo head against the wall, knocks itself out, and just starts to bleed out. Whew. 80 XP for each one of you. And then that's gonna be today's session. Nice work.
All right.
Really nice work. I'm quite impressed that I don't know if I mean you weren't necessarily planning that sort of tactic, but getting it to below 2 actions for or getting it to the having to uh, sorry knocking it prone and the slowed effect really
Yeah.
made the difference here because it wasn't able to
Yeah.
use its 2 action routine, which could have just giving it 4 full attack bonus attacks each round. That's a very different creature to fight um than the occasional swipe with the claws. So well done, very well done.
Not so. Yeah, when the heroes have full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really that made the difference. The prone or the repeated tripping to get an action for it to stand up, and the slowed effect that, and of course suppressing the reactive strikes was cool, but
Yeah.
the action economy really was the key here.
Really weird, by the way. Sounds almost powerful than.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, Hideous Laughter used to take you completely out of the game, at least in 1E.
What's it called? Laughing Fit?
Yeah.
It's a lower level spell than slow. The target is slowed one and can't use its reactions on a failure. What happens on a slow?